Baby man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered. Something is true, something but look at that, my God.
This is your boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video for you guys, and boy, oh boy, oh boy. So, y'all probably heard the news, but you definitely heard it if you're a basketball fan, a sports fan more than likely. But in case, and possibly a woman and an African American. But in case you haven't heard, I will explain to you what happened. So, ladies and gentlemen, Phoenix Suns and Phoenix Mercury Owner has been suspended for 1 year and fined $10 million by the NBA as a result of investigation into the Suns franchise. So you're probably wondering, what did he do? What happened? So basically, the NBA announced the punishment on Tuesday, saying the investigation found that during his time with the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Mercury, the owner, Robert Sarver, used the N-word at least 5 times when we counted the statement of others. I'm not sure that's daily or in general, but or maybe that one instance, because there was an incident where he was saying it in response to Draymond Green saying the word during an NBA game where the Phoenix Suns squad that was not exactly an elite team or a title contender, not yet, a few years prior to that, took on the Golden State Warriors, who were already a title contender and all that jazz, and the Suns lost, obviously, at home. So here's the deal. So this investigation has been going on for a while now, and it's actually started on November 4th of last year, 2021. So that's when the NBA lost the investigation, and almost a year later, they came to this conclusion. So the investigation, and I'm reading off of ESPN.com here, the investigation include interviews with more than 320 current and former employees, as well as Sarver. That's what the NBA announced. It also examined more than 80,000 documentation and other materials, including emails, text messages, and videos. The report was made publicly available online. So there is a, that's interesting. So if you were to go to WLRK.com/Phoenix Suns report, now there's like a subtraction line between Phoenix and Suns and between Suns and report. You can actually download the report, and I'm not sure if I want to download the report. Okay, actually, if you click on it, it'll open a PDF file in your browser, and this is a 43-page document. So if you want to read that, I gave you the link in the video. Have fun with that. So let's see. What was he was accused of, or what did they find? So Sarver said the N-word at least 5 times in repeating or purporting to repeat what a black person said, Draymond Green, 4 of those after being told by both black and white subordinates that he should not use the word even in repetition of another. Basically, he was told to not say the N-word. Doesn't matter who says it. Doesn't matter anybody said it before him. He should not be saying that word. Sarver used language and engaged in conduct demeaning of female employees. Amongst other examples, he told a pregnant employee that she would be unable to do a job upon becoming a mother, berating a female employee in front of others, and then commented that women cry too much. And arranged an all-female lunch showed that female employees at Western Alliance Bank, where at the time he was CEO, could explain to female Suns employees how to handle his demands. Sarver commented and made jokes frequently to employees in large and small settings about sex and sex-related anatomy, including by making crude or otherwise inappropriate comments about the physical appearance and bodies of female employees and other women. On 4 occasions, Sarver engaged in workplace inappropriate physical conduct towards male employees as well. Over 50 current and former employees reported that Sarver frequently engaged in demeaning and harsh treatment of employees, including by yelling and cursing at them. That on occasion constituted bullying under workplace standards. So there you go. That's what was reported. And this, again, this is a 43-page report that is available online. So, a matter of fact, here we go. This was back in 2016 where the Suns took on the Warriors. So after a October 30th, 2016 game against the Golden State Warriors, Sarver complained to a black Suns coach that a Warrior player who is black, and we talking about Draymond Green here, has been allowed to say the N-word during the game without receiving a technical foul. In making this complaint, Sarver said the word loudly several times, even after the coach admonished him for doing so. So the coach recalled that Sarver burst into his office after the game and loudly said, and I'm quoting here, why does, and they not saying Draymond Green here, so I'm just going to set that in, but they all talk about Draymond here. Why does Draymond get to say the N-word? N-word, 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 N-word. After the coach said, you can't effing say that, Sarver replies, I can't say N-word, N-word, N-word. A second witness presented from the event recalled it in the same terms, and two other witnesses, one of whom heard Sarver and the coach arguing on the night in question, heard contemporaneous reports of the incident. In addition, as noted above, Sarver sent a contemporaneous email to the league office complaining about the officiating during the game, in which, among several examples of on-court actions that he contended were incorrectly officiated, he purported to quote the Warriors player as saying the N-word spelled out with an A at the end. Well, at least he didn't have the ER, but I mean, I guess. So, and wow, it's crazy. So there's another example here of him quoting a player's family member on at least two occasions between 2010 and 2017. Sarver said the N-word when repeating what a player's family member reportedly said while boarding the Suns team plane to a game. Sarver recounted what was that the family member, who is black, African American, boarded the plane, looked around and remarked, "White folks in the front, N-word in the back." Two witnesses, each present for a different instance of Sarver's telling of the story, recall Sarver saying the N-word when telling the story. So he was, again, repeat what other people said. Now he got another example. The investigators did not basically sustain ESPN's report, attributed to, and I'm quoting here, a high-level executive who heard that remark, or the remark, that Sarver once used the N-word when trying to explain to a staffer why he preferred hiring a black head coach. In 2013, allegedly saying these N-words need a N-word. Okay, so that's interesting right there. And there's other incidents, right? Oh, yeah, actually, this one was talked about as well. So, 2016, exchange concerning diversity. Two witnesses told investigators that during a 2016 meeting with a black coach and a team executive, Sarver participated in a charge exchange remarking the concept of diversity. And the word diversity is quoted here in this paragraph right here. The diversity discussion began when Sarver asked the coach what he thought needed changing about the organization. The coach responded, diversity. And Sarver erupted, saying, no, I hate diversity. As the coach became agitated and started to stand up, the witness put his hand on the coach to keep him seated and then said, Robert, you don't really hate diversity. And Sarver responded, I do. Sarver then explained that if you have diversity, people don't agree. Both the coach and the witness understood the exchange to be about racial diversity. Yeah. So he don't like diversity. Very interesting. So there's others examples here. I'm not going to go through all of it. There's also a spot about treatment of women. I gave a summary about that. There's a video incident mentioned here, lunch with female sons and bank employees. And it's out of control. This is and I'm halfway through this documentation right here. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, despite all the information provided, he only got 1 year of suspension and a $10 million fine, and he's supposed to be entering some type of program or something like that. And it's like, okay, whatever. So, what do I think about all this? I mean, so here's the thing. Now, obviously, people are bringing up Donald Sterling, and if you don't know who that is, I did a video about that situation a long time ago, And that was when Donald Sterling. There's two differences between the Donald Sterling incident and this one. So going back to the Donald Sterling incident, so the Donald Sterling incident started because of a phone conversation that got leaked, and he was basically being racist in this phone conversation. So, and this was how long ago was this? This was a I'm going back to my own video here, April 30th, 2014. So we talking over 8 years ago. And this was a Black Guys 2 commentary video. So, and of course, I also got the phone conversation as well that he had towards his then girlfriend, and that during that time he had his wife as well. It was a 10-minute conversation that TMZ got, and they shared it, and basically everybody were outraged. You know, even the LA Clippers team were outraged by it, and it led to basically Donald Sterling being kicked out. He was forced to sell the team. So because of the fact that there were audio evidence of this, in combination with the outrage by the general public and by the NBA players, Donald Sterling basically was forced to sell the team. In this case, although there was no audio evidence, even though I did see something in the documentation that says something about a video, even though I have no clue if that video is a video incident. So I didn't read what the video incident was, and not to mention I have no clue if this video incident is available online. But I'm gonna look at it as there's no audio or video evidence out there, in combination with the fact that the demand of getting this dude removed from the league was not as high as Donald Sterling. That's why they gave him the penalty that they gave him. But at the same time, I'm still like, bruh, if you talk to over 320 people, now granted, not all of us said, oh man, I never seen it. Like even the current Phoenix Sun head coach said, oh man, I talked to him, I never seen that sign from it before. You know, there's a few people that did say that. But if there's like a bunch of evidence provided to the point where there's like 43-page paper, pretty much that's what this is. Yeah, I mean, he might have to go. And in fact, we already seen the outroar because LeBron James, he took to Twitter to talk about it, and I actually retweeted. So here's what LeBron tweeted. We read through the Sarver stories a few times now. I gotta be honest, our league definitely got this wrong. I don't need to explain why. Y'all read the stories and decide for yourself, or y'all read the stories rather. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. There's no place in this league for that kind of behavior. I love this league and I deeply respect our leadership, but this isn't right. There's no place for misogyny, sexism, and racism in any workplace. Don't matter if you own the team or play for the team. We hold our league up as an example of our values, and this ain't it. And I agree. I totally agree with LeBron here. So this dude, in my opinion, should be forced to sell the team. Now again, the outroar as of now wasn't as high as Donald Sterling, and there's no audio evidence like there was with Donald Sterling, and I'm assuming there was no video evidence. But again, looking at the report, there's a thing called 2011 video incident. So I don't know what that's about, but at this moment in time, yeah, there's no audio video evidence that is, you know, the equivalent of Donald Sterling. But at the same time, when you have a lot of people saying, yo, he did this, yo, he did that, yo, he said this, yo, he said that, yeah, you might want to take those people seriously. And yeah, he needs to go. He needs to go. So yeah, the league definitely got this wrong. Tim, like if you don't want to force him to sell, then 10 million, that's chump change. Real talk, it should be like 500 million, maybe, possibly, or 100 million, or maybe, I don't know about 50 million. 100 million should be suffice, because this has been going on for years. Again, the video incident goes back to 2011. The lunch with female sons and bank employees incident, 2011. You know, there's stuff in here that goes back over a decade, 11 years ago. So, and this, matter of fact, go beyond that, 2008. Inequitable treatment of a pregnant employee. There's another incident right there. So this has been going on for years, over a decade. In 2008, that's like almost 15 years. So if to say, oh, we just going to find them 10 million and that's it. Matter of fact, here's another incident, 2004. So this is actually nearly 20 years. So yeah, 10 million ain't enough. 10 million ain't enough. If y'all don't want to force him to sell the team, I don't know how that's gonna work. But okay, I guess. But 10 million, nah, it should be more than that. It should be way, way more than that. The league got this wrong, and they need to relook at this. Now I'm not sure if it's because the other owner stuck up with him, like trying to take his side or blah blah blah. And if that's the case, then we may need to get a third party to decide how to handle out punishment for these owners, or the owners in general have to go, which might require, you know, the court system to the highest level to get involved here. So that's my thoughts on this situation, and I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.